Casey, do you get Botox?
No. People
You
always
have
say
great
my
skin.
cheeks are natural. Well, skin, there's product on it, obviously.
Well, yeah. But also, I'm like, how do you keep the shape of your face?
The shape of my face.
Yeah.
That was just genetics. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Yeah, let's go get Botox together. That'd be a fun
Absolutely
episode.
not. No. I'm gonna.
Okay,
look,
you can hold my hand.
I will hold your hand. Well, you're gonna look absolutely stunning, beautiful, untouched at 90. I'm gonna look like a leather shoe, and I think I like it.
But I love that
way.
for you.
Thank you.
Well, I love. Did you look at the talking points?
I did not actually get run over by an apple, and yes, we do grow our own bananas. Those things are true. Those two are true.
Yeah.
Like, the only place I've ever had a better Diet Coke is Disney World.
So basically, I just Google all the people, and I was curious.
Oh God.
About this arrest that you had.
I
back in
know,
August.
Actually, that's one thing I can say. I've never been arrested.
I found your mugshot here.
I was like, whoa,
Blow it up,
when
please.
was that? Where was I? It must have been at Disney World.
It
Woman
was a Disney-
steals all Diet Coke
with Diet Coke in
recipes.
your hand. Yes.
Just running.
Well, I was curious. Maybe we could do a brief introduction first.
Sure.
Dana Sayers,
Mm-hmm.
artist,
Yeah.
businesswoman,
Yep.
creative collective,
Yeah.
organizer.
Yes.
What would we add to this list of titles?
I mean, event planner for sure.
That was
doing
in the
that
article.
It was
Like
in the
wedding
article.
event planning?
You know what? I've actually done a little bit of everything. I went to school for hospitality, and when I was a freshman, we had like a speaker series, and they were talking about one of the clubs, which was Club Managers Association. And that year on conference, they were going to Hawaii, so I was like, boom.
Sign me up.
Yeah,
that's
I was like, I'll go.
sell.
I will work in clubs. Yeah, it was great. And then I lived on Nantucket the summer before I graduated. And then I was like, I'm going to go back to Nantucket. But I ended up graduating a semester early. And so when I got home, I was like, I have to wait for the summer to come to go back out to the island. And then I ended up working in a wedding venue locally. And then I was like, oh, well, I'm doing good here. And then I just kept with weddings for a bit. But the caveat is I graduated in 2008. So recession.
Yes.
There was no jobs. I remember when I got hired.
No one was getting married.
Oh, no, people were getting married, but they were like, we'll pay you $12 an hour to
Yes.
run their wedding.
My budget is 12.
Exactly.
That's my current budget for anything.
Yeah.
It's $12 an hour. Also, $12 an hour? Know your worth.
Yeah, $12. I mean, that's almost 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Think about
that's
it, though.
true.
But
Whoops.
then I started bartending because I was like, oh, I could just, make a little money on the side bartending. And then I was making more money in like 2.5 shifts a week than I was in 2 weeks as a wedding planner. So I was like, you know what? It's not recession proof.
Drinking.
Drinking. So is drink art your primary source of creative exploration?
Oh, absolutely not.
Well, I'm trying
I mean-
to connect the dots from wedding planner to bartender to creative collector, business.
Okay.
Owner,
all right.
organizer.
I know. It gets a little murky there for a second. So I was bartending for a long time, and then I started taking on more of the creative roles at the bar, whether it was designing menus. I used to book all the bands, any kind of entertainment. I used to throw all the parties, so I got to do fun stuff like that. So I ended up getting approached by Diageo, which is like the largest liquor ownership company in.
I think they make strings. I'm a musician, so I think it's a string brand too.
And I was like, I think they make food. Diageo.
Diageo. Yeah.
Diageo
Yeah,
owns
Diageo
like
pasta.
Guinness, Kettle One, Tanqueray, Captain Morgan, Smirnoff, Don Julio. So I ended up interviewing with them for a market manager position,
Oh, sick.
it was actually more like a like guerrilla marketing influencer position. But like we
Where
went.
do you travel around? I have a
I was
girlfriend that
only
does
in the
that.
North Shore.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
I
it
was.
pays really well.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. But it was like corporate, like all day long, and then go out at night and party. And I was like, oh, if only I'd found this when I was 22.
Yeah.
27 though. No.
Too old.
I'm like, 9 o'clock is bedtime,
Yeah.
guys.
It is.
Party one.
Come on, I'm tired.
Wait, and were you in Ipswich by this point or no?
Nope, I was in Salem and Beverly still at that point.
Okay.
And then I got approached by this brand new tequila company. Well, this was, a while ago, but they're called Dulce Vita, and the owner messaged me on LinkedIn and was like, "Oh, you look like a great fit to run the state of Massachusetts." And I was like, "This is such spam. Like, come on."
But it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It was him, and it was this guy who he was actually the creator of Deep Eddy.
Oh, I love Deep Eddy.
Yeah, so he was the first
Vodka,
one that did like
grapefruit.
the
Girlie, I don't drink.
Lemonade?
I know, but the sweet tea and the grapefruit is like what put them on the map.
You don't bring them to your other homos? Like,
I don't know a single other gay person than you. You're my one and only.
yes.
Come down to the collective.
So you took the position.
I did, and that ended up being great. Really good learning experience.
And to think you nearly sold Cutco knives if you
I
went
know.
down the wrong road.
I know I
you
could have,
know?
or vacuums. Not that there's anything wrong with vacuums.
Not that there's anything wrong
I
with
love a vacuum. But so then I did that for a little bit, and it just kind of got overwhelming because I was getting married the same year. Then we bought our house in Ipswich, which is actually like right there. Our first house was on Courtier Park, like that little side street right there.
Oh my goodness.
And I'd been living in Salem and Salem and Beverly for over 10 years. And I grew up in Newburyport. And then my husband's from here originally, and he had been living in the city. So I was like, oh, cool. We moved in, and it was like 9 o'clock. We'd finished unpacking. I was like, oh, my God, let's go get something to eat. He's like, oh, no, like everything's closed. And I was like, how
I
did
know
you
at
get
9.
me up here? How did you do this to me? But then, things carried on. I worked at the Heart House for a number of years. Loved it.
Why'd you look at me like the heart?
Have you
Heart
been to the
House.
Heart House?
We love each other. Heart House. I was like, what?
It's awesome.
Are you thinking about that?
Oh, wait,
that
no,
other
I'm thinking
bitch?
about the Hal Haskell house.
Oh, no. No, no.
No, wrong bitch. Sorry.
No, the
That's
Heart
your other
House. You
boyfriend.
haven't been to the Heart House?
Okay, so I've almost been so many times because I live right down the street. So, like, everyone in my life has been.
Everyone in this, it's like
I
where
know.
everyone
Everyone
celebrates.
says
I'm
it's
sure
so
there was
good.
a time, like in like 5th or 6th grade, if you went through the Ipswich school systems, that they bring you to the Heart House for one of the meals.
Oh, no, it's for String Fest.
Yes,
Oh.
it
Yes,
was for String
it was for
Festival.
String Fest.
Because
Yeah.
I played viola a billion years ago. I just dropped some lore for you.
Oh my gosh, you guys are learning so much about each other right
Just
now.
like little.
I feel like I knew that.
It's nice.
It was for
That's why we're
literally 10
friends.
minutes. I said,
You did it just for the free
Technique
meal
look
at the
good?
I
Heart
did.
House. Yeah.
That was my into the Heart House. Yeah.
Well, I worked there for a little while, and then I ended up in 2020. I was having my first baby, and then obviously the world shut down, and
Good time to have a baby.
oh, it was the best. Let
We
me
had so
tell
much time
you,
together.
isolating and lonely, but it was great. It was wonderful. But when I went back to the restaurant after having him, I was just kind of under the impression of this is just getting old. Like being at the restaurant really late, like, and then I have to get up with a newborn baby and whatever. So I ended up working for a social media firm for a number of years. And
Work
then
from home?
Kind of. You have to like go around and like, collect content from people
Obviously,
as well. And then we did have an office too. And then I started, my husband and I started an Instagram called Boaters of Ipswich. And it
Boaters,
was,
boat culture is huge.
it's huge. So then I was like, what else can we do or can I do that I can fully be like working for myself? I've been building other people's brands for so many years. And it just occurred to me that it was insane that the town of Ipswich didn't have a market because the whole town is built off of farms, art, and then obviously clams. But yeah, it's like farms and artists. That's what the majority of the town is. So I put out, a poll on Instagram, and I said, would anybody be interested if we were doing this? And there was such a feedback of positivity of people saying, yes, like that would be a great addition. And then the other part of it was that at this point, I was having my second baby, and I, growing up on the North Shore, remember all of these amazing community events and how this is truly such a special place to grow up. But as with everything else, the pandemic kind of put a damper on that. There wasn't as many things to do. I mean, like I said, I had my kids in 2020 and 2022. So there wasn't much to do anyways, but let alone when you have little kids.
Right.
So I said, okay, I think that we can do this. I think I can figure it out. And then I just started reaching out to vendors on Instagram mostly And I was like, I'm starting up this new market. It's going to be in Ipswich, blah, blah, blah. And I reached out to like 100 or 150 people. And like 30 said yes and just like started sending me their deposits. And I was like, these people are trusting. But I mean, like, I knew I had good intentions. So I was like, this is great. But I also was like, oh my gosh, like this is a huge responsibility. But it's what kept me going. And then I knew that I wanted to add other elements to create the community effect of it. So I really wanted to have the student artist booth, which is a fully funded booth. I fill out grant applications for it every year.
I saw that with the Ipswich Arts Association.
Yeah. That was the first year was that. And then I actually got, I got some feedback from other organizations that were saying, we have grants available and stuff like that. But like I was saying, when I was in high school, we were the first generation of everybody's parents hadn't gone to college. So it was kind of like, okay, you have to go. And then you have to go for something that's practical, right? I would have loved to have explored more art when I was in a professional life. But art was a hobby. That was the mantra when I was growing up. It was go into business, become a nurse, go into finance, something like that. So I really wanted to start the student artist booth so that kids who were into art could come, show their work, and then also link up with professional artists so they could see how to appropriately price themselves, how they could appropriately market themselves, because it is a real business. It is a real job. And, I know I joke a lot like, oh, I got a real job after bartending, but you're expressing yourself and you're doing something that other people cannot do. So it's also super personal. To put your art out there because it's just asking for people to literally judge you. Like, not only is this good or is this bad, but will I put money down for this is important. So that was really important to me. And then the other pillar of the funded booths is the social impact partner, which is also really important to me because there's so many resources and organizations and different avenues that are there to help people in the community, and you don't know about them.
Yeah. Is every market and event a different?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So every market, every week is a different social impact partner, a different student artist. I will say the biggest obstacle with the student artist booth getting it booked was confidence levels of the actual student artists.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was difficult because think about it. You're in high school, things are super awkward anyways. And then I'm like, hey, come show everyone like the really intimate things that you've been putting together that mean something from your soul. And they're like, oh, no.
Right.
And some of them were super into it.
Yeah.
But I think,
well, did you have to sell your art or were they just showcasing it?
well, they could sell
They
it
could sell
too.
it. Yeah.
So I was like, why wouldn't you? You're showcasing it, but then if someone's going to make money, go for it. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I think of that as far as like access to for students, as far as like the accessibility of if someone's like an illustrator, can they afford to go get extra prints of what they're like? Because there are steps beyond just the illustration, but then the like how they market themselves and how to take those steps, I think is like such a valuable resource for them. Because like you're not racking in a ton of cash as like a 16-year-old, being able to sell your prints. No less even thinking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of art was just like, get the grade, at least in high school. They're like, get the grade, get through class, get through school. And then like if I go to college, and that's when I end up studying, awesome. But I feel like in high school especially, there's no like, and here's how I can make like a living off of this in the future.
And not to get too like into like all the things, but because of the way our public school systems are set up where, they're state regulated and there's all kinds of different levels of academia that you have to reach in order to graduate, and also test the teachers. A lot of the arts kind of get pushed to the side.
Oh, for sure. We talked about that, like the theater program was defunded on our last episode. It was something that I grew up with and like added such value to like how I grew up here. So like defunding those programs in the school system, I was just like heartbroken because it like led to like a lot of beautiful opportunities for me as an adult doing like semi-professional theater and up in the North Shore and
Did you
in
hear
New
that little
Hampshire.
humble brag?
So
Semi-professional.
Well, it's like regional theater, you know, like Prescott Park is where I did like something most recently.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. It was so fun, but like I would have never had that opportunity if I didn't have like that program in like in Ipswich High School.
Right.
So, and it's like a different world over there for them. So,
But it's also, like you were saying, you wouldn't have had that opportunity, but you might not have had that confidence building
yeah,
either.
for sure.
And I think that's one of the biggest components about the arts is it takes you out of your comfort zone.
I love how passionate you are about the arts.
Yeah.
So how do you view yourself in relation to the arts community here in Ipswich? Like, what I love is you're almost like championing and creating the opportunities for the youth in this community, which we need.
Yeah.
But I just love hearing you talk about it because you're so passionate. So where did that come from?
I just feel like there's such an opportunity for everyone to win. And there's so many talented people in this area. And like I was saying, when people first started signing up for the market, now that we're in the collective, now that we're in the shop, there's 50 artists in there. And my whole idea for the shop basically came out of necessity. You know, we had 3 years of the market, and I would talk to vendors about pain points, about what their like difficulty is within the market, and just as their art is growing, you know, whether it's websites or Etsy or Fair or actually going to markets and setting up, like what is the easiest way for them to get there? And a lot of them were saying like physically setting up at markets is difficult, you know, because there's only so many days in the week. Physically setting up a tent and bringing all your stuff and then packing and putting it back, that's physically challenging. And then time constraints. You know, some people have, full-time jobs. Some people take care of elderly parents. Some people have children. Some people, throw their back out and they can't go to market. So if that's your only way to do it, then it's really challenging to show your art. Like you were saying, it's one of those components that's just difficult to navigate. I do think markets are an amazing opportunity for people to showcase and get a lot of different people seeing what they're doing, but it is physically draining. So I've been looking for, a brick and mortar, and then once I got it, I really just wanted people to be able to come in, have their dedicated amount of space, be creative, but then not have to be there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So
because
true, yeah.
I mean, I couldn't do it without them either, but it's an opportunity for people to, it's like Etsy in real life. Do you know what I mean? And I guess the answer is, the reason why I'm so passionate about it is because these people are putting themselves out there. They're creating, they're doing all the things, they're really trying new things. They're like the confidence building, everything we were talking about. And they trust me with their art.
How does an artist get a spot in your shop?
I was going to say, is it for locals only, or is it for, like, because I know it's homegrown, right?
Yep.
So, like, is it in, like, is there a restriction as far as where you come from, where you need to be?
Yeah, I don't take anyone from the South Shore. No, I'm just
Yeah, get them.
No, I'm just joking.
You need a school ID.
I'm sorry, no. Anything south of Plymouth, that can't happen. No, I'm just kidding. So it's for the North Shore mostly. We do have a few people from, I think we have a few from Southern New Hampshire, and then the furthest.
That's like adopted North Shore. I feel
Yeah.
like Portsmouth area.
I think
kinda...
that's more North Shore than like Western Mass, but that's
No,
another.
for sure. No,
that's
I
not
agree.
in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But and then we have people from Waltham and that kind of area as well, the Metro West area. But what I did first when I, signed the lease, and it was terrifying, and is anybody going to sign up? Is anybody actually going to go with me? The same thing I felt when I started the market, and people kept being like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I was like, "Really? Like, are you sure?"
The same confidence that you're talking about in high schoolers, you're like, you don't have to do this. And they're
Yeah, I'm like, no,
we
no,
want to do
I'm not
this."
pressuring you. It's fine.
Right.
But
People
do
were
it.
just sending you money right away.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
And I wish I had that problem. Me looking at my Venmo, like,
Stop
oh,
going to Sephora.
I know.
I know.
That's it.
I know.
We're done.
Okay.
I haven't gone in a very long time.
Break up with them.
It's over. It's been over.
We have skincare at Homegrown.
Coconut
that
oil.
was a nice plug.
Did you like
got
that?
coconut over there?
Yeah. We have jojoba. Is that what it's
Yeah.
called?
Jojoba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I
It's
know
like
things.
It's like a Lush Cosmetics
Yeah,
over there.
it's nice. It's really nice. No, so I offered it to all the vendors that were currently in like a part of the Homegrown market because I just felt like, they've been with me through the years. They've, seen things progress, so offered it to them first. And then anybody who said, yeah, we're cool. And then I put it out online, and it got crazy.
You have a wait list.
Yeah, I have almost 50 people on the wait list right now.
Dang.
So does someone pay like month to month, or how does it work?
So when everybody first signed on in November, I asked everybody for a 3-month commitment to start. And I think that that's important because 1 month, we started right at like the busiest season for retail. So we really hit the ground running, and it was fantastic the way that the community showed up. But I think a 3-month commitment is important because it gives you an opportunity to see what's working, see what's not working, grow within the spot, and have the community start to recognize your products. Because even though we're small brands, brand loyalty is, my 3-year-old will only have a certain yogurt pouch. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're
people know what they like.
Yes.
Me as a 31-year-old, I also stay loyal to my yogurt pouch.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
Market basket.
Oh, play the song.
Yeah.
I offered it to them first, and then other people reached out, and then there was just this huge community of people coming up to the store and being like, thanks for doing this. This is great. My concept for the store overall was basically like the paper store, but everything's made by someone in your community. And then while I was researching logistical ways of running the store, because my mom had been in a co-op when I was growing up, a antiques co-op. So I was familiar with the idea of a multi-vendor retail space, but they had like a ledger that you would like write down.
Of course, all paper.
Yeah, but there was really no other way to do it because if you're in, everyone has their different codes, and then everyone gets paid out at the end of the month for their sales. So I started researching, a better way to do it, and I actually came across this really amazing POS system specifically designed for multi-vendor retail outlets. And it has each vendor, when they come in, obviously it has like a storefront thing, but they are able to print barcodes, and they have a back-end portal so they can keep track of their sales, and they actually get push notifications every time they make a sale. So every time you shop at Homegrown and buy something, someone within your community does a real-life happy dance at the same time, knowing that you supported them.
Yeah, and they get real data from that, too.
For sure.
Like, people that are coming in from hours of X, Y, and Z, it seems like around 4 o'clock, my audience is really participating.
For sure.
Like, what is this saying? And, like, really marketable information that they can gather from that, too.
Oh, 100%. And it's nice, too, because at a lot of, whether you want to call them, multi-vendor retail or consignment stores or co-ops, it's like, here's your booth, here's your booth, here's your booth. But I wanted the store to come off more as a curated traditional retail shopping experience for the consumer. So with the barcodes and the fact that everybody can just kind of be intermingled there, it looks very cohesive. So, so it's nice. So everyone this is your dedicated amount of space, but that doesn't mean all your stuff's going to be together.
In the same space.
Yeah. And it's nice, too, because then people aren't just going, okay, I'm going right for this person's stuff. I'm not even going to look anywhere else, because a lot of people do that. They
don't
end
even
up
know.
seeing the whole store.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why people like live markets, too, because when you're making sales, it almost gives you that, oomph to keep going. So getting the push notifications really gives people an opportunity to get that excitement.
Especially that, like, local feel. I don't know about, maybe it's just because I'm an artist as well, but, like, fast fashion or fast consumerism or getting things when it's, like, at the touch, like, at the tips of your fingers, Amazon, using big retailers and, like, to be honest, exploiting artists in that way, the introduction of AI and all of these different things, I feel like it makes it really challenging for people to feel able to share their art. So spaces like this are so important, because without that, you're up against these like massive corporations that have so much more resource than you do.
Right. And I always
takes
say
the
about
fun out of it. Like,
it does.
Seeing your artist is so much cooler.
It is. It's a really good way to connect with the product too, because you're not just buying something, you're making an impact.
Yeah.
But I will say, and I say this all the time, that there's a time and a place for everything, right? So like, I order from Amazon. I
Oh,
order
for
our
sure.
packaging. I order our tissue paper. You know, I ordered my computer from them, or I might have got it from Walmart, even worse. But you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where it's like there's a necessary evil to it. But if you can avoid those, like,
But
little.
also, you need like young artisans to make paper to do that too.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
like nobody's really doing that.
Actually, we have somebody who makes paper.
Okay, well then now you have no.
Yeah.
Get her.
Okay, but she's not making tissue paper that I can afford. Because then I'd be like, okay, so here's your, I just packaged it up for you. You spend $50 and you have to pay $75 for the bag. Do you
Yeah,
know what
right.
I mean? Like, you have to kind of
Yeah.
see where things work into the budget and into the whole
Right.
process of
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
But I mean, I think if people take a step back from those big retailers for the more, you know, giftable, personalized items,
Yeah.
then it creates a balance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it creates an opportunity for there to be actual jobs in this community. People who, and it's people who, you know, let's say that they have kids and they, you know, work at night. We have one artist in the store that her business name is the Naptime Crafter, because she taught herself to
Does it
sew when
Wow.
she had her kids. And then she said, well, I bet I can do more in this. So her business was literally built during nap times.
God, that's so cool.
It's just,
And
and
when you're buying stuff, you're just like, okay, this is gonna pay someone like a real person's bills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that I feel better about consuming that way when I know the
We're all
impact it has on
consuming
the.
all the time.
Well, yeah.
consumerism
Yeah.
and marketing is like the entire
People
world.
don't stop having
Like
birthdays.
even right now, like I'm marketing to everybody, being like, "You should like me in my store." Like
Right.
that's just, you know, please like me. I mean, that's just part of
Yeah.
life. Everything is in that. But I think the difference is, and I actually learned this while I was working in the liquor industry, believe it or not, is that I mean, there's a million vodkas out there, right? But if I went into an outlet, whether it was a bar or a restaurant or a liquor store, and I started telling people the story of Carl
Yeah.
Nolet and Kettle One and how they really did things, then you create a bond with something. So my biggest thing at the store is when people come in, I always say, you know, let me know if you have any questions, if you're shopping for someone in particular, because at our heart, we are a gift shop.
Yeah.
And people will go up and look at something. I'm like, oh, that's really amazing. Like we have a illustrator, and she does all these crazy intricate illustrations, and they're very, very, very cool. And then her boyfriend's family has owned a printing company in Haverhill for generations. So what they'll do is they'll print her illustrations, and then they put it on a piece of wood, and then she puts a protective layer over that, and then they cut it out into puzzles.
Oh, that's so
Cute.
sick.
So, but then she has to pick that protective layer off of every piece of that puzzle. It's the only way to protect the illustration. But I mean, like, if you look at it and you're like, oh, that's a $48 puzzle, that's ridiculous. And then I tell you about this generations of people that took to get to that puzzle. It's not so ridiculous anymore.
Yeah, it's like the handmade aspect of it. I think increases the value of it.
Right.
Period.
And even just like there's some people, you know, we've had a few people come into the store and they're like, oh, everything's made here. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, did you make that T-shirt? I'm like, I didn't make
Oh,
the
brother!
Right, yeah.
Caught on a technicality. Shut the doors.
Well, that's why I always say it's not just handmade, but it's dreamt up here. It's
Yeah.
envisioned. It's created here. Because
Right.
if an illustrator's not going to be like, then I went and I grew cotton and I milled it myself and
Right.
made T-shirts. And, you know, 2 decades later, I have a T-shirt here and it's $2,000.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, people are, again, like we were talking about with Amazon, people are going to get their blanks, they're going to get their materials from the bigger places. But not everybody can take those raw materials and
make
put
something
out
of
the
it.
same creative thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, we've had some difficulty, but overall, it's been
Right.
like the most amazing response to the
Yeah.
store. People just coming in, even now, it's off season. Obviously, January's quiet for everybody. People are like, I spend so much money at Christmas. And I'm like, I know, it was great. Come on.
Start buying for next year.
But people will come in and just be like, oh, I just needed to grab a quick card or a gift or something. So we're already being recognized as that stopped kind of, you know, get what you need, which is nice.
So what would you say you're most known for, product-wise?
Oh, geez.
Or does it change?
There's so many different elements in there. And I try to be very mindful of the vendors that are in there and then the SKUs that they carry, the products that they carry. Because like I said, we have about 50 people on our wait list, but I would say like 10 to 12 of them are candle makers.
Yeah.
I have 3 candle makers in there. I wouldn't do more than that. And the
What is
3
this, a candle store?
Yeah,
And you're
well,
like,
that's the thing. That's the thing. And like, you can't have too much of the same jewelry. You can't have too
Yeah.
much of the same, crochet or whatever it may be. I mean, I just had to send out a note to the vendors earlier, and I was like, no more coasters. Like, there's so many coasters in that store. We have ceramic coasters. We have slate coasters. And they're all really cool and different, but if I have to look at another coaster.
yeah, fair enough.
And so I'm like, we're going to take a pause on that.
like, have you guys gone to the candle and coaster store?
It's great. Everything you need if you need a candle or a coaster.
Of those 2 things.
So can we expect you and your amazing background of every artist when we go to walk in? Meaning, how else are people consuming your store other than like the nuggets when you're there? Because that's what I love about a vendor market is like I see the vendor, I see the light in their eyes, and we get to talking about their story.
Yeah, the hope when they're like, please.
Yes, please buy my goods.
Come into my tent. Come in. I have candy.
So like how do you, I don't know, like how did you curate and market the artists themselves? And do you do other types of events in your store? Like I love like a local meetup, like, ooh, this artist is going to be here today, like doing a live, I don't know.
Yes, demonstration. Yeah, for sure.
So is that part of your regular programming or?
So it's interesting, and I've had this conversation with people, vendors, a few times this month where well, we don't exactly know what our programming is. We don't have regular programming. We just have been there since November 6th. We opened to the public on November 8th. And then, like I said, we hit the ground running. We were so busy. And then we had our holiday market at Floriana, and it was just so busy. And then all of a sudden, it slows down, which for me was actually amazing because then I felt like as an artist and as the other artists in this shop, we could really stop focusing on the production of things and get back into the art.
Yeah.
So I always say that if you come to me with an idea, we'll figure it out because
drag show.
Yeah.
Poetry reading.
Poetry reading?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
'cause I put my
partnered with,
poetry
like-
reading it's off to the wayside now.
Oh no.
I
I'm
loved our
just-
improv.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. I haven't written anything.
Well, if you
in a very
get
long
back
time.
into it.
Unfortunately, I have so many side hobbies. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
I'm one of those people that I'm like, and we'll just pick up stained glass work.
Yes.
And it's like, that is
Yeah.
not in the budget, but we're going to make it happen.
Well, people come into the store and they're like, "What in here is yours?" And I'm like, "Oh, a bunch of it."
Yeah.
Like I do graphics. I've always made jewelry. I just got into clay for some reason again.
Clay's in.
Yeah.
I was like looking at Clay Dreaming in Beverly because I was like, I want to throw some clay. Their classes are booked. I was like,
Really?
dang, everyone's looking to throw clay.
Yeah. But there's so many times where I just go, "Oh, it's just a silly thing I'm doing," and I'm like, "No, it's actually pretty."
And then you
sweet.
turn it into Homegrown Market, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
That's true. I did do that. You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's always new things in there.
Has any artist that you currently have done an event or like a live, like I'm dropping by today?
Not yet.
No. Yeah.
We do also have a woman from town who wrote a children's book a while ago. She wrote it. And she wrote it when her kids were growing up, and it's called A Little Bit Kinder. I think I'm messing that up. But she's amazing, right? And the book is basically famous quotes of people about just being nice to each other. Like, no BS, no stipulations. Like, just be nice for no reason. And then peppered in is, anecdotes and advice that she had given her own children when she was growing up. So and she came to me and she was like, "I have like 100 of these left. What do I do with them?" And I was like, "I don't know, sell them at the store." And she's like, "Okay." And she sold a ton during Christmas. I mean, I bought them for my kids, and I also bought them for my kids' teachers because I feel like we need to just be nice to each other. So it was such a perfect message for what we're doing in the collective. But I said to her, come in, do like a signing on a Sunday morning, and kids can come in and, you can sign their books and we can do some sort of like coloring or something. Do you know what I mean? So I'm always thinking, but I think I just took the past few weeks of January to go a little bit slower and then just hit the ground again,
Yeah.
what's an exciting either project you have coming up or like vision boarding? Like, how do you see it growing and transforming? Either for like the community itself or just personally for you?
The biggest thing that I'm working towards right now is we're actually going to move the weekly market to the store.
I read that in the article.
Yeah. Ooh. So
I saw you were in the Ipswich local at least a few times. One about the food licensing, but then
they actually did a political cartoon about us.
Really?
I know. I was like, I have made it.
Yeah, I was like, you were in a few different articles. I was like, this just sounds like everyone I've talked to, that, like their relationship with the town, like the city hall and like getting licenses and stuff. I was like, so why is this all we're talking about? The focus should be on you and what you're providing for the community.
Well, I will say that 99.9% of town hall is super, super helpful, and they've all been very supportive. That 0.1% that's always been difficult. It's in a room full of people, you're not going to get along with all of them. You're not going to have the same vision. You're not going to have the same priorities or, self-awareness. But I will say the rest of the town has been super supportive. And when I went through the strife with that 1%, the town showed up. They showed up. People were going to select board meetings and being like, we can't get rid of this. Like, we need things like this in the town. And I was never like, I'm going to pull back and not do it anymore for that. Because I know, especially with those, bureaucratic agencies, like, it's better not to make waves, It's better to be like, oh, yeah, no, that's a great idea. And then, like, but once somebody told the paper that I was thinking about just moving the market to another town altogether, people really showed up.
So true. The only market we have. And then it was like, can't do it here because red tape. And everyone's like, well, hold on a minute.
People are like, but I like that. That's fun.
I could read the article.
An interpretive dance moment in the background.
Like I said, I really respect all of these people that are coming out and showing their art. When it comes to any kind of processed food, everyone has to obtain a farmer's market permit from the town. That's through the Department of Public Health. And when I came in, there wasn't a farmer's market. So the temporary food permit, which is a permit that you get just for a 7-day amount of time, and you have to, give all the logistics. And then the farmer's market permit were actually joined together. And then obviously after the first year of the market, they were like, oh, wait, these are separate entities. We need to separate them. And I just felt that there was a bit of a disconnect with priorities. People who work in town hall, their job is to, obviously budgeting, obviously making sure everybody's safe, obviously making sure regulations are followed, but also it's to help the town, So there was just a lot of push and pull of, I need help. Can you walk me through this regulation? Or vendors sending in paperwork and them just saying, "Oh, sorry, that's not complete." And it's like, "Well, which part?" And it's like, "I don't know. Take a guess." And that's obviously me like making a joke about it again. But what I'm just saying is, it felt a lot more like roadblocks instead of people directing traffic. And
because is this the third year, like 2026?
This will be the fourth year.
This is the fourth year. Okay, yeah.
But after the first year, I lost 30% of my food vendors. And then the more people I would reach out to, I would be like, oh, hey, do you want to join the market, blah, blah. And they were like,
They already heard
I'm not
about
going to.
that paperwork.
We saw the political cartoon lady.
We saw it. We saw you getting run over by an apple or whatever. It was something like that.
You don't have it framed in your house?
I do, actually. I was like, I made it. But a lot of people were like, I'm not going to work in Ipswich. I'm not going to go through it. It's because nobody's ever been like, oh my God, the Board of Health, they were so helpful. And like, it was great in every town because they have to be strict about things. This is people's health. They're making sure that we're not just like sending out rotten food or whatever it is. So I understand the regulations, but I just felt that there was no help. It was just like, oh, figure it out. Nope, you did it wrong.
Right.
Try again, so that was the problem for me, where I just felt like it was all roadblocks. And then, like I said, the town showed up and things got a little bit smoother. And yeah, I won't say that I've made friends in that department. But at least I stood up for all of the people, all of the vendors that I work with. And that's the biggest part for me is, especially if you think about it, like food vendors, those are perishable items. So somebody who goes out and makes intricate sugar cookies and they're selling them for $4 or $5 a piece, but they're works of art on their own. And then their permit gets pulled, or they get put through a lot of work to get the permit, and then all of a sudden it's like you can't sell that again. It's gone. It's not like a piece of jewelry, and I'm not saying that in any sort of a way, but it's difficult when like it's in and out, that product. So I had thought about continuing with True North because last season we ended up moving to True North, which was not the plan. There was a lot of speculation why we moved. The biggest thing is that green is beautiful, and I love the market there. It's got such a vibe, and it's awesome. If it rains at all within 24 hours, you cannot set up on that green. The grass is absolute mush. We will ruin it. We will ruin the green because, tents and everything like that. So if there's any bit of weather, I would have to cancel. And because although I'm doing this business, to promote people and to help the community, it's a business. So I've already taken deposits from people and I cannot return them. So it's one of those things where I would then look at these artists that I'm doing everything to support and go, sorry, it's rained, so you're going to lose all your money. And, the product you made for today, sorry. So it was breaking my heart whenever I had to cancel. I mean, the second year we had to cancel for heat one time. If they're opening, if they're opening up the town hall for a cooling center because people might just drop dead because it's so hot, I don't think it's appropriate to be like, all right, guys, lug out your tent. Come on, rain or shine.
Get out there, Susan.
How did you know?
She texted me.
Oh,
her
she
own
did?
political cartoon. She said, I'm not going down there.
It's too hot. But then also if it's raining, because there's a lot of rain or shine markets, artist stuff is going to get ruined.
Even a brisk windy day.
Oh yeah, we've lost
over
it.
everything.
So after like the second cancellation this season, I had worked with True North on the 80th anniversary of D-Day parade and the block party they let me throw downtown, which was so fun. And so I just reached out to them super last minute. I was like, it's been raining. Is there any way we can use the North Room for the market? And they reached out right away and they were like, yeah, absolutely, whatever you need. I guess that caused a little bit of trouble with my friends at the Department of Public Health because we moved our location, but it wasn't anything that I was trying to pull a fast one. It was like, I need to get these vendors somewhere where they can still show their stuff, and here's another part of the community that's offering to help. Perfect. Bang.
It feels like outdoors versus indoors. I'm kind of like, there feels like more pros than cons in this, my friends.
Technically, on the permit, it says the location. So if you move locations, then that permit's void. See what I mean about roadblocks? Yes. So, anyways, so we moved, and then I was just like, this is great. Like, nobody had to put up a tent. Even when we were outside, they had their tent set up year-round anyways. I was like, there's a food truck, there's parking, there's beer. This adds another element. And does it take away the element of outside and the green and the like, downtownness? Yes. But my job as the founder of the market is to curate it for the collective. So it's not always going to work for everyone. And so I had to change our contracts when we moved because our contract said the location too. So technically they're a voided contract. And I gave every vendor the option. I was like, if you don't think that moving to True North is the right vibe for you, then you can opt out of this year's contract because I'm changing the game mid-season. So I get it. And everybody's like, let's try it. Let's see what happens. It was not for everyone. And it's funny because I got a lot of feedback from the community, and some people were like, this is great, and some people were like, I don't know, I liked it better at the green. I was like, I've never seen you, so
exactly. It's always the people who never go. who never leave their house.
You're like, so true, Betsy. See you next week.
Yeah. Wink. And
I don't know why it's Susan and Betsy. I don't know. It could be Frank.
Yeah. I know. Throw in a dude. every
Yeah,
once
throw
in a
in a
while.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, they love to talk.
They do.
On Facebook?
People. Oh yeah. People have opinions.
And we actually don't have to air this part, but do I look familiar to you?
Oh
Why?
no, what happened?
We don't have to air this
No.
But
Go ahead.
there was a post.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. And then I only realized after, I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, we are fully interviewing Dana
Yeah.
later.
Wait, what?
I think did I not tell you?
I feel like you told me.
told
Was this when
people-
you were at the Hal Haskell house?
No.
Oh.
No.
Casey, I'd be on Facebook. I need to get off.
I can tell you.
Ready? Yeah, you can do. Yeah, no, actually, I want to hear your.
Yeah.
You're sitting on the other side of the computer as well.
Yes.
We are talking, not
Yes.
knowing.
You're talking to each other.
No. He commented on my post.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I responded in a
No, for
respectful
sure.
way.
No, you did. But me, I'm a
On
little
the
hellion
inside,
on
I was
Facebook.
like,
yeah, I know. I
I'm
could sense.
gonna.
I could sense, and I was like,
So-
I like to raise a little.
we were talking about AI taking the jobs
Oh
of
yes,
artists.
I remember this.
Yes. So I asked AI to create a wicked quick graphic so that I could put something
Cat
up.
with 3 legs. Was that what the?
Oh, it was it?
It was the cow. I didn't get it. You deleted it. Otherwise,
I
I was
deleted
like,
it?
no, I don't know where it went. But
the admin, I didn't take it down.
I couldn't find it after. But I went looking for it because I did take a screenshot and the cow had like 3 legs, and I was like, girly.
Yeah.
And I nearly put it in the comments,
Yeah,
and
but
I was
also
like,
I'm not
we're
allowed
not
to
doing
have
that.
disabled cows in my advertising. Like that seems really.
I cannot believe.
I don't know.
Well, if you were like, please make the most inclusive cow
Yeah.
AI generated farmers market.
I was like, I want
and
everyone
they
to feel
pumped up like,
welcome.
yep, 3 legs.
And I was like, oh. Couldn't have done it better myself. So, anyways, I asked AI to create a graphic for me within the time of me leaving the store and going home, to feed my children and do a million other things that I have to do. I posted it, and I was just like basically being like, hey, heads up, we're moving the market here. Because I also know, being in social media for so long, that if you just post something that's just written, it's not going to get traction. You have to have some sort of image, and I was like, I don't have an image. Like, what? I can't do this. So then I get home, and I see that I have a
Everyone
comment.
wants us to have social justice people around until they comment on your post.
Oh no! I was fully understand. But this goes back to what I was saying about the necessary evil for these things that make our lives easier. Like and he said something like, it's really disappointing that you have a computer generated image here when there's so many good artists in the area, and like you could really have been supporting one of them. And I was like,
So CODIS never being added to the wait list.
And
at the
I literally-
I've been on the wait list.
Oh, never moving
You
off.
are?
I was.
oh my gosh, not anymore. No, I'm just kidding. So I wrote back and I just said, I've made it my life mission to support local artists. Come check it out if you want.
I was like, I've been there, girly.
But it's just one of those things where yes, should everybody be using AI? No, obviously it's a problem. But like I said, there's a time and a place. There's a necessary evil. There's room for all of it, because there also can't be the times where you say, oh, I'm against that because it's new and because it's doing this. But what are the good things that it's doing? I mean, some stuff. And when I first started the market, a very concerned citizen asked me to get coffee with her. And she was like, will you come to Zoomies and get... Actually, I think she just drank hot water. But anyways, she was like, will you come
She
get a
didn't buy
coffee
from
with me?
Zoomies either.
She was like, I'm looking out for my digestion.
No. And she was like, so you want to start a market? And I was like, yeah. And she said, is there going to be a board, like a members board to vote on who's coming in? And I said, no. And she was like, well, why not? There should be people who get to vote. And I was like, no, I'm going to just do that because too many cooks and it just gets messy. And that's what happened to the last one, is people tried to make it volunteer based. And it's so much work that if you had to volunteer to do this, that's why it dissolved.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this for free.
Yeah, no. And also it's kind of impossible when you get more people involved. You automatically had more stake in this. You built this.
Yeah.
So to then build this, put all of the stake behind it, and then have it dissolve behind a board of people that have no background knowledge of like what it took to get there,
Right.
is just kind of dismissive of the process.
Well, the conversation with her got actually better.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. So she said there's going to be no board. Well, who votes on who gets in? And I was like, oh, I'm just going to do that. And she was like,
Hold hands
well,
with myself and vote.
she goes, well, what if somebody wants to sell guns? And I was like, I'm a pretty good judge of character. I have a strong moral compass. I'm not going to, that's also illegal. And what are we talking about?
Hey, that sounds, are you trying to sell guns?
Yeah, she was like, what if,
What if I do? And you're like, put it in an application like everyone else, lady. Move it along.
take your hot water and get out of here. And it's interesting because she was such like against moving forward with this and how it wasn't going to be a traditional farmers market and how it was going to be more. That's why I called it the homegrown market, because it's about things built within our community, created within our community, dreamed up within our community, not just a traditional farmers market. There's room to kind of change the game, make up new words if you want to. She ended up being one of the biggest supporters.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is one of my favorite things, is when people can look at something and have this perception of what it is. And then you just say, no, I'm going to hold fast to what I believe in. And, you know, I make images on ChatGPT sometimes. So. And
I'm going to be on every single one. Hi, regards. I just wanted to echo my concern for my last post.
Supporting.
But then I saw after there was another post that said the same thing, that wasn't AI. And I was like, I appreciated that it was like heard, and that was the only thing that I wanted. I was like, here's this beautiful resource, and now we're using AI, and then so it was like no, don't do that. Like, we've been doing so good.
I know,
but
I know.
It's only my hesitation, only because as an artist, I do think it's like, guys, like I had to go. I'm paying $60,000 in debt for a school to go learn these things.
Yeah.
And we just posted AI?
But also for that
30-second
post that I had to put up, if I had to contact an artist, explain to them what my idea was, then I have to pay them. Because I
was like, hey, Canva, girly.
I'm a huge, I know, I do like Canva too. That's
Canva's
fun.
great.
Yeah, it's super fun.
It has its own issues, but so does AI, so does everything else.
Yeah.
But it's
Not
me.
you.
I hate it. I will never use it.
Oh.
I'm an old person.
I literally can't wait until we hear that you've used AI.
I never. You
Oh,
won't.
Sure.
You
sure.
won't.
Yeah.
Which camera? You won't
Yeah.
see me using AI.
Yeah, because he's gonna do it behind closed doors.
I would never.
Never say never. I think that was.
I will do a lot of other terrible things, but
Yes.
AI is not one of them.
Yes. Pick and choose your battles, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's the one I'll fight for.
Yeah.
I'll do other terrible
Find a
things, but
soapbox
not
and stand
AI.
on it. But that's good. Have your.
And then it's just me in the town hall into like this big cone, and I'm like, "Stop AI!" And everyone's like, "He's like 90 years old at this point." Yeah.
And they're like, "Chat, how should I respond to this?"
No! God, that's my personal hell. I'm in the woods
really?
by then. Yeah.
Oh.
Because people just need to be talking to each other. We can
Oh,
get
they
into
do.
it
Well,
another time.
but see, that's what I'm saying about balance too. Because, like I said, I make my whole life about supporting artists and like bringing community together and being cool. But then sometimes I don't want to write a blog or I don't want to write a post.
Look, I get it. I understand it.
Sometimes I'm tired. All right.
I get it. Yeah.
And also, I believe in paying people for their work, and I don't have any money. So,
all right. Well, that's fair.
Yeah. Because there's so many times too where whether it's artists or musicians or writers or whatever it is, they'll be like, "Hey, you want to get some notoriety and get seen and
like, no,
do it
actually,
for
I
free."
don't.
And
free, it
there's a
won't be.
lot of artists that are like, "Okay, yeah, for trade or for visibility or for this," and then they never get anything from it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there's not an opportunity to, embrace the trade culture of art, but like even with the musicians at the market, I had one musician, he was like 14 or 15 years old. He was so good. And at the end of the market, I went up to him and I gave him a check. And he was like, "What is this?" And I was like, you just played. You're getting paid for it. And he was like, "Oh, no, it's okay." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right. It is okay. Like you're
right. So take the check."
Yeah, you performed a service. You played your art. You did something that nobody else here could have done. So you're getting paid for it. And that's a huge part of it. I mean, it goes back to the student artist booth where, people need to get their worth, but also I'm not going to ask someone to do something for me for free.
You can personally email me.
I will.
Anytime you feel like
I will.
compelled to make.
And I'm
No,
just
on
gonna be
speed
like,
dial.
Just give me the bullet points.
yeah,
and then I
my
will
email's
make
gonna
the most
start
horrendous
dear,
AI.
not chat.
Dear Coda,
Do this.
do this, and I will.
Actually, I'm very
Me and
polite to my
Canva,
chat.
I will do it.
You have to be polite to them though. When you do get on
Well,
AI, I mean,
right,
I know
because
you're not going to.
when the robot takes over,
Yeah.
they'll be like, she always said please and thank you.
The biggest juxtaposition of my life is guess what my husband does?
What?
He sells robots.
Oh.
Guys, we are cooked.
No, so he works for like a startup company that creates dark warehouse robots. So it basically just creates
Everything I said about AI is not true. I love it so much.
but it's just people are always like, "Oh, is he an artist too?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "No, but one of
He
us has to
creates
make
the
money."
next generation.
This one doesn't even have a face. It just moves stuff. It's not like it's gonna talk to you. It's just like palette.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
All right. As long as they're not talking.
No, God, no.
Yeah, we are cooked. And by we, I mean me.
No, you're fine. I'll put in a
You're
good
going to put in a
word.
good word for me? Be like, he said one mean thing, and they're like, where is his address?
I'm like, I actually have it because he applied to work at my market. I have his
He's
contact
on the
info.
wait list still. He'll never leave.
Wait, now I'm.
No, you're
It
on
was,
the never
it was a
invite
really
list.
long time ago.
Wait, a
It was
really
like
long-
when you first started.
And what did you want to do?
I wanted to vend there.
But like, what?
I'd make everything.
Okay, that's
So I
probably
said,
why I
beep,
didn't.
beep,
That's
beep, beep.
probably why. Yeah. Did I say narrow it down?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
And I said,
These
I never
are my
responded.
babies. What do you want me to do?
Well,
But-
it was mostly just that I was like, I don't know what makes the most sense. And then I went into this like existential crisis where I'm like, am I making art for me or for
Oh
other
my
people?
God, I did that to you.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I'm okay with that. I take ownership of it because I think that I challenged you to,
Yeah,
figure
for
out what
sure.
it was going to be. I have a few artists, like for instance, there's a sea glass and driftwood and shell artist in the shop. And we've been friends since we were 16. And she grew up on Plum Island, and she's always been sea glassing, and she used to make, jewelry or housewares out of whatever she found for friends and family and herself. Yeah. And then when I started the market, I was like, hey, Kristen, come on. And she was like, no, it's not like a business. And I was like,
For my friends.
it is. People will buy this. And she was like, it's just stuff that I found on the beach. And I was like, uh-huh. And then how did you make it? And then she goes into the details. So she has a diamond bit drill that she hand drills every hole in the shells and the sea glass so that it doesn't crack and break.
Yeah.
She, she knows how to like disinfect all the shells. She knows everything about the whole process. So I'm like, oh, so it's not just like a fun thing you do. Like you actually have artistic talent. You actually know what you're talking about. You're a professional in this realm where other people aren't. Sell your stuff.
Well, I think the internet kind of makes it easy for you to have imposter syndrome because I'm like,
100%.
just because I've done this, like, then I go on TikTok or Instagram and I'm like, 450,000 likes on this one post, and I'm like, they're literally doing the exact same thing that I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I should stop because like they have
That's
all of
silly.
these like views and notoriety and
No,
like,
that's silly.
But like I think that's sometimes the internet can do that. 'Cause it's
100%.
like there's a billion other people doing the same thing that you're doing. So why would you
Because you're the only one doing it
here?
your way.
So you just
No,
need to
it's-
bring your stuff down to the homegrown market
Yeah. But just like
and just drop it off.
pare it down a little bit. Let's see what we got, okay?
Existential crisis number 2.
Number 2. Well, you know what? You faced your
Yeah, yeah.
demons.
I did.
Literally, I've been a demon in your life twice, and you've grown from it, so you're welcome.
God, thank you so much. I don't know who sent you, but let me know where they are.
I think it was Diane.
This is gonna be great content for ICAM.
It's good. But that's another thing is like, I've had a few people come up to me and be like, you challenged me to do this, and I'm grateful for it. We have a woman in there who makes sensory kits, and she has a background in childhood development, and then when she had her own kids, she stopped working in like the school systems, and she's like, oh, I make these sensory kits for my kids. Do you think it would be something we could sell at the market? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. She's like, no, it's just dumb. It's like kinetic sand and dumb. And I was like, can you tell me why it's an educational tool for kids, what they learn from it? And she's like, oh, it's imaginative play without the use of screens. And I'm like, boom, you're a business.
Yeah, put it on a
Yeah.
little
She
note card.
sold like 200 kits during Christmas.
goodness.
Dang,
Yeah.
really?
Yes. And she's like,
for her.
hey, thanks for like
Telling me
bullying
I
me
can
into
sell
doing this,
this.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I will bully anybody into their full potential.
Dang.
I know.
All right, we'll talk.
Not you. Not you. I'm going to tear you down one more time.
Wait, so did you say that the market is, there are no vendors at the market anymore?
No, so it'll be
how's it
just
changing?
food and farms. So the storefront
music?
and music. Yes, of course, music. So the way that the storefront is set up is if you're looking at it, like looking at the front door to the right is 4 or 5 spots. So it'll equate to about 6 vendors. And then there's more parking here. And then my landlord, the owner of Upwire Electric, he's one of the most amazing people in the world.
We
He's
use
so.
Upwire.
Do you?
Yes, yeah.
He's so good.
So nice. What's his name?
Jim.
Yes.
So I'm moving it to Saturday mornings because that gives vendors more of an opportunity. I originally picked Thursday evenings because, like we said earlier, there's such a big boating beach community that a lot of people are out on their boats and at the beach on the weekends. So at first I was like, well, let's do it on a Thursday evening. Plus it's kind of like the kickoff to the weekend. And there's not a lot of markets on Thursdays, so that gives me an opportunity to gain traction with vendors. But it also limits people who have full-time jobs to be able to set up. So I decided to move it to Saturday mornings because it'll be 9 to 1, and there's just food vendors there, but you can also shop the whole store.
inside.
Yeah. So, but it's like, okay, there's a prepared food vendor here. I'm going to go grab sandwiches from the Homegrown market, run inside, grab a towel, grab a tumbler, grab something, and then I'm going to go on my boat. So it kind of was the right move. And again, is it going to be the right move for every single one of our vendors? No, I'm definitely going to lose people. And nothing's ever done to lose people. But like I said earlier, I am responsible for the collective. So I need to make sure that this is the best move for people overall. And then, you can't make everybody happy.
Yeah. When does the season start?
It starts the last weekend in May. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect time for it to start too.
Yeah. It's, some people are like, it's not a good time because there's not a lot of produce yet.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like winter vegetables and
Yeah.
like other things like that. And people are still coming for like fresh eggs. But I remember when my first year, I think it was like the first or second market. So it was like the first week of June. And a woman came up to me and she was like, there's not many vegetables here. And I was like, oh, well, they don't grow in Massachusetts yet.
Yeah.
And she
I
was
just
like,
think, people are like itching by that time to go
Go
out and
out.
be in community.
Yeah.
Which is why it's like a perfect time for that to start. Because
Right.
even if there's no vegetables to buy,
Right.
they're building the routine of going.
right. And there is still, like the winter vegetables are things that get grown over
Yeah.
in cold weather. But it was funny because she was like, well, where's the tomatoes? And I was like, we live in Massachusetts. It's
Really,
cold.
they're not here.
They're like, well, they're at Tender Crop. Yeah, they buy them from someone else.
Right.
They also sell bananas.
Right.
We don't grow those in Massachusetts.
So true.
Yeah, so I mean, I could definitely go to Market Basket and grab some bananas and sell them, but it's
Yeah.
not the same. It's not the same.
She's like, well, then why don't you? You're like,
She's like,
Girlie, Market Basket is right down there if you need to.
no, I want to be outside. They don't
Just
have,
make a fake tree and like hang a couple bananas off of it, and it's like
Some-
pick your own.
some people would. Oh my God, pick your own is like the most ridiculous thing in the world.
And I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
What a great idea. They literally sell it to you as like, get it so fresh, and also we
Do
don't
all
have
the
to pay
work.
someone to pick it for you.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is so true, and I can't
And we're
wait
gonna
to post
charge
about
you
it.
more.
So true.
expensive.
But you know what? Put on a cute hat and some Uggs because it's going to be a
Yes.
picture opportunity.
Who told you I wear
I'm wearing Uggs right now, so like, you know what I mean? I'm not judging. I'm just saying, when you go to those orchards or whatever
Yeah, it's
during
true.
the season, people walk up and I'm like, what are you wearing? It's muddy and gross.
I know.
But you
I feel
look.
like Instagram and Big Apple picking, they're two in the same.
Yeah.
They work for each other.
Yeah. It's so funny that you hate AI and you're like, did you see this on TikTok?
That was me. Dr. Pepper.
That was.
No, he didn't.
I also
He was
watch
like,
TikTok.
I'm watching everybody's art on TikTok.
It's true, I do. But I have, since they sold to Oracle, I deleted all of my content off of TikTok.
I'm impressed.
I'm not perfect, but I did leave TikTok.
I'm impressed because I would have been like, nah.
But I do think I had a phone addiction for sure, like because of it, because it's just like
We all do.
Yeah.
so quick. I don't know. I'm the person that's like ready to go live in the woods.
Yeah?
Like, yeah. That's my balance is I'm like, I'm just going to go touch grass and.
And are you going to hunt and forage?
Forage probably.
Yeah, okay.
Hunt, no, I will be going to Tender Crop for my locally sourced chicken.
For the bananas.
And then I'll pull up to Homegrown Market and ask why you don't have bananas.
Oh, well, I'll go into it for you.
There's just a coat rack with like 3 bananas hanging, and it's like, hey, do you mind if I... Actually, we reserve that for Coda to come in. You guys pick your own bananas.
Yes.
Every Saturday.
Yeah, we charge him $50 a pound.
He's such an idiot.
Yeah. But listen, whatever makes you happy, you know what I mean?
It's for the experience.
Yeah.
I put my Uggs on, my hat, and I
Yep.
go pick homegrown bananas. And then I put it on nothing because I've deleted all of my socials.
Oh my God, you're off of every social?
No.
No, I was like, I saw you post to Instagram today.
Oh wait, no, I forgot you trolled me on Facebook, so
Yeah.
yeah, I totally forgot about that. I totally
I'm
forgot.
just going to become like Old Man Jenkins on Facebook.
Oh my God.
See, I know. That's all about balance.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I have like a $1,000 phone that was probably like unethically made, and I'm like, I am on AI.
There's nothing technology that was ethically
I know.
made. There's not. But balance.
Mm-hmm.
But when you live in the woods, you won't need it.
You're right.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Just move into the homegrown market.
No, he's going to move into the backwoods of Tender Crop and just like sneak in.
These bananas growing here. Hey, where do you guys throw away the scraps? They're like, what? Please leave.
You're
This
just
is the 3rd time we've kicked you out of here.
But you could probably get in the local paper for that too. Local woods.
Wow,
We were
that
just
would be
in the local
such
paper.
a fall from in talking about the podcast to man falls off of podcast, falls into back room of Tender Crop Farms eating scraps.
I want to see that cartoon.
Oh my God. I want you to, you know
The
what?
political
Draw
cartoon.
that cartoon.
Perfect.
Let's commission art.
So you need to
Right
go
here.
into cartooning, then you'll be in the homegrown market.
Ooh, yeah.
My intro piece is here's you being run over by a rutabaga.
Oh, wow. That's prolific. Yes,
that's,
come on in.
Yeah,
you're in.
when I said trim it down, this is not what I meant.
Actually, I would be jazzed. You just did an entire line of me being run over by different produce, as long as it was
There's
like
like
grown
no
locally.
Yeah. Yeah, local only. Yeah.
So, like drawing and graphics wasn't one of the things you submitted?
No. I was
It's
a
poetry?
photographer from
Oh.
Salem. Like I went to Salem State for photography. So I did a lot of photography work, but
Oh.
I mostly did like shirts, screen printing and stuff like that.
And I said
but-
no to that?
No, it's probably because I had like a billion different submissions, and you were like, okay, who has time? I'm a single person. And I'm like, there's a collective. And you're like, wrong.
Wrong.
I am one person behind this email.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which is also interesting because I feel like I always, whenever I'm talking about homegrown, I'm like, we do this, we offer this.
Me, and my other me that does the other thing that I
And
said
chat.
And chat.
Just kidding, I actually have an employee now, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, somebody who works on Sunday afternoons. And
That's like when you.
That's my
nap?
day off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, it's,
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Plus, like, I just want to have a good time. I want to, like, not be doing all the,
So there's margaritas at your store.
how did you know?
Honestly, that's my favorite kind of vendor stores. I don't know. I've been to Provincetown a lot as a gay.
Weird.
You're what?
I would have. Oh my God! Is it,
I
I just
wait,
thought you were very fashionable.
wait. Is this you coming out?
I
Are
think it
we your
is.
safe space?
Did I just say the G word?
Does your husband know about this?
Husband.
Wait, what?
But I love, they have so many nights where it's like, I don't know. Have you been to P-Town?
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure. There's so many vendor stores there. And they have like little wine nights where like every
yeah.
store decides to have wine and you just go through. And
Yeah.
the artists are usually invited to come
Yeah.
to the store. And I was like, that's what your store needs every day of the week.
Yeah,
Just
well, that's like, I mean, that's like Witches Night Out in Newburyport,
Yes,
or
yes.
yeah. That's very illegal in this state, and I would never do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
No. I mean, which one? I don't know. I'm just kidding. No, but it's just, you know, it's one of those things where you're not supposed to do that.
Hi, is this the Board of Health?
Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Yes, I'll hold.
They're constantly watching everything I do anyway, so we'll see. We'll see once I get a
I'm on hold.
notification.
We'll know.
I'm going to get an email after this being like, oh, I randomly saw this. I wasn't
Hey.
looking for it.
We saw you were on ICAM. First of all, we're big viewers of Masc for Mascara.
Yes.
I bet you didn't know, but we're watching now.
Yes. Well, you're welcome for getting you a few more eyes then.
That is exactly
Yes.
the attention that we want.
Totally.
How old are your kids?
What's in your mouth?
My kids are 5.5 and almost 4.
Oh, perfect age to start the violin.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's ideal age. Yes, because their fine motor skills are developed.
That seems like a really expensive hobby.
It is.
Yeah.
Maybe we could trade. Like collective.
No, you deserve to get paid for your art.
What's their favorite part of your store? Like when they walk through.
Obviously the kids stuff, they love that. But when they're
What are
there,
kids drawn to nowadays? I always wonder.
Yeah.
6, 7.
like, so I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
My kids are like just young enough.
Well, yeah,
that-
they don't know yet. Yeah.
Well, the kindergartner, he was starting to say it, and I was like, I
he
don't
for sure
want
doesn't
to.
know.
I didn't do K-pop. Demon
Demon,
Hunter.
you did not.
No.
Going up.
Oh.
It's our moment.
I don't know what that is.
Golden, gonna be. Didn't they win a Grammy?
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
Oh,
first
or,
K-pop
yeah,
group to win
yeah.
a Grammy.
She cried. She
Yeah.
said they told me I wasn't going to be anything
Yeah,
in Korea, and look at me now
Yeah.
in America. I'm something.
yeah. How'd you miss that?
I don't know. I'm not online.
You're too busy on TikTok.
I probably
You
was.
okay? Let's go back.
My addiction. My
Not
phone
only
addiction.
are you online, but now you're a liar because you trolled me on Facebook. So
It's true, but Facebook's not real. Facebook's
That's
like
what
not
Facebook
like
is for.
yeah, is
No,
it?
I was just and this is how I got banned from Facebook by posting on Homegrown Market.
Yeah.
No, I knew that like I knew the person on the other side. While I didn't know it was you.
Yeah.
I knew the person on the other side like had something to say, and I was just like, look, I know this is not. I can't be the only person that is looking at this and being like,
So offended.
crap. Like I don't want to move in the direction where this becomes the norm. And I wanted to say something because sometimes, not saying that this is anything that you would do, but brands test their limits. And like businesses test their limits all the time.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we're just going to do this really quick and see like if anybody even notices. And my thing is like as an artist, activist, person who cares really deeply is I'm like, I'm going to say it now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to say it immediately when it's happening. So I like am
Totally.
staying true to my brand and my morals and
And you
especially
did.
the things that I interact with.
But
To the
I
point
also,
where I
but we
take
actually,
a screenshot of the cow's 3 legs.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, I don't care about disabled cows
No,
now, which is
no.
part of my brand, and that's
Yes,
bad.
that's
bad. HR is going to hate this.
Work on
but
that.
I'm going to work on that.
disabled, handicapped farm animals.
Step 1, hire an HR representative.
Yeah.
Step 2, care about disabled cows.
I mean, bovines in general, you should probably look into.
I do care. Oh, right. The little Scottish cows, I really
Oh,
do
the
care.
Highland cows.
If they have 3 legs, I think that's permissible.
Is
Yeah,
it?
They're really cute.
Do you think that they'd be able to walk though? Because I feel like they're very.
It'd be really
they're
challenging.
They
super-
wouldn't be standing like they were in that image. Yeah.
No.
They look.
Can we see the image, please?
Yeah.
Pull it up.
No, but I actually also, coming from a marketing and social media background, know that if you say something controversial on my post, it's going to get a lot more vision.
Oh.
So true.
So, boom, roasted.
I mean, my goal is never to tear down like a bitch.
No,
like,
no,
You know, like
no.
even
You
like,
were you were
I
nice.
was
In it. You
like,
were like,
yeah.
it just hurts my heart. It makes me sad that
and that's how I actually
artists
talk too.
could have done this. And I was like, yes, they could have.
You're like,
But I had
take your
kids to feed at
porridge,
home.
little old
Yeah.
man. Take your little porridge. Go eat it out back. Me
No.
sitting in my like nighty cap.
Yeah.
Being like,
Get off my lawn, kid.
that's how it felt. And I was
That's it.
like,
honestly, at first I was like, I can't do anything without people
like,
saying
yeah, my
something.
first time.
No. No, oh my God. People post like when I moved to True North, this narrative came out because people were like, oh, why? The market's been closed. And people were like, no, it's not closed. It's at True North.
They
And I'm
want
like,
the people to drink.
I'm watching it. No, people are like, oh, I heard that they moved because of the construction on the Veterans Memorial and they didn't want to be part of it. I was like,
Wow, you just made something.
Did you have to make
made
a
hot
statement?
take?
no, I
No,
mean,
'cause
but also
There's
like,
no foundation or basis for that either.
they just no it's just like a lot of other people on the internet, they saw one thing coinciding with another thing and they said this has to be connected.
Yeah.
This has to be.
Yeah.
But I volunteered a year of my time for the Veterans Association to put on the 80th, not put on, but be a part of the 40 people that were putting on the 80th anniversary of D-Day and then that block party downtown. So if anybody actually like knew what was going on, and that's why I didn't feel the need to like put out a statement, because I was like, okay, like
You'd be putting out statements all over the place.
Oh God, yeah. I did not actually get run over by an apple, and yes, we do grow our own bananas. Those things are true. Those two are true.
Yeah. And you better come looking for the bananas.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. No,
Yep.
that's fair. Yeah.
How do you view art in terms of like activism or like creating
Yeah.
change or resistance?
Well,
and-
exactly just what I was saying to you about the three-legged cow. People put art out into the world, and even if people don't agree with you, it makes them think.
Yeah.
So, although some of it is very thought-provoking in like a tragic and awful way, like you thought about things in a way you wouldn't have before, because you're seeing straight into somebody's point of view when you're looking at art, whether it's reading, listening to their music, or looking at something that's visual. It's a perception that you hadn't seen before, and it's tangible. So I think that even if you don't agree with somebody and you look at it and you're like, that's garbage, you thought about something that you wouldn't have thought about before.
Yeah. No, it makes sense on too why you wouldn't allow certain like political things in there, like in the space. Sometimes I think about it feels like it would be a good thing to have political art in there, but sometimes it's so unmarketable in that particular space because people are going there with a certain
Yeah.
expectation of what they're looking for.
We're a gift shop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's
I
like,
literally,
these discussions should be happening.
Yes.
And sometimes we do ourselves a disservice by forcing the conversation in spaces where like they're either not equipped to have the conversation, whether it be like staffing or whatever. But
then it's
I
also all
get
the
it,
artists
yeah.
that are in there that are like, oh, I drew a cartoon dog and I loved it. And I
Right.
put it on a card. It's like that person's completely overshadowed now.
Right.
Because it's being turned into something that it's not. And I do believe, necessary evils, balance, and there's a time and a place for everything.
Right, yeah.
What I'm trying to create in the community is, like I said, an escape from that nonsense that is draining you.
Yeah.
So why not go somewhere for a little bit and like have a good time instead?
So true. And if you want to have a good time and get political, you can watch Masc for Mascara.
Ooh, tagline.
Ooh, perfect.
Well, I just feel like that's kind of like what we do, right? As like we talk about, we were just interviewed for the local paper. We
And
were
I have
like,
an
yeah, we
iridescent
bring-
personality.
Yeah, it's so true.
You
They
have a
said-
what personality?
Iridescent.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Is
And I was
that,
like,
is that a
ching,
good
ching.
thing?
That
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. But
From
it was
every
a-
angle. Looks
From every
different.
angle. Boop.
Yeah.
You bring out the light. But also dewy. So
Do we?
Very
yes,
dewy.
yes, yeah. But that is good.
Yeah.
There should be a forum to talk about those things. And there should be an opportunity for the community to connect with people. And also for people to argue about it.
Yeah.
Because if everybody agreed with each other, nothing would ever change.
Yeah, it's true.
We would all still be living in the woods, foraging.
And I can't wait.
So what do you want someone to, I don't know, take away from your market? Like, what would you hope?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I feel like
I want them to not take anything.
Yeah,
That's
not to steal
shoplifting.
it though. Yeah, not stealing.
No, I think that the biggest plug I can say for the market is that everybody in the community is creating, and you're going to be buying stuff anyway. So why not make somebody, your neighbor, like down the street, whatever, in the next town, really excited that you bought it from them?
Yes, and they'll get alerted right away.
Yes.
That
Push
is so cute.
notifications.
Yeah, I do love
Yeah.
that.
So I just have loved hearing about how you got to the homegrown market through your various, I don't know, jobs that
Side
you've had.
quests?
Yeah, side
Oh,
quests.
I'm going to do this now.
So does this feel like I have found it? Like this is it?
Yes, but the thing about events, hospitality, any kind of movement that I'm working towards, it's not evergreen. It's organic, so it has a life of its own. So my favorite thing about being in the hospitality or the event industry, because yes, it's retail, but like I said, my whole point is to create an experience for people. Not only just the people coming in to shop, but the artists too. Like it's creating something for them. So for me, because it's changing all the time, that's what makes it exciting. Plus, if it's quiet in there, I can just like go off on another side quest and make a mobile out of clay mushrooms if I want to. So there's really no time when I'm like, I'm just going to sit here and punch in the clock.
What advice would you give someone else looking to find their, I don't know, their destiny, like to come into their own as like a business owner?
Do we want to get like really into woo-woo stuff? No, I'm just
Oh, yes. I love it. I love
yeah,
woo-woo.
let's do it.
Actually, well, yes.
I have my tarot cards. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. But I do have an amazing mystic if you ever want to talk to her, though.
Well, maybe because we had
yeah.
one lined up and they are backing out.
I follow her on. She was at True North.
Yeah.
What I reached out to her and she was like, "I remember you. You were at True North." And I was like,
She's incredible.
Lisa. We're going to
great.
find Lisa.
Lisa.
Oh, Lisa.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Ooh, even better. Liza with a Z. Oh.
Um,
That's just where my mind went to.
Yeah, she's amazing.
"Yeah, she was incredible."
Yeah,
I love her.
and like her whole viewpoint on it is very much like people look at. I mean, this is so off topic, but people look at.
I was like, are you going to do tarot for someone? That's your recommendation?
Wait, I have something to admit.
Oh.
I have severe ADHD, so if you do not correct me into the avenue we were already on, then I'm gonna go on a different tangent. So
That's what 90% of the show is.
yeah, perfect. No, so my advice to anybody who wants to, find what they're passionate about is, it's silly to say, just do it. You can do it because one of the other necessary evils that we live with is money. So like people have to make money, but I think as long as you make time for your art, for your passion, make it a point to experience new things, whether it's stepping outside your comfort zone like we were talking about to build confidence, but also follow your gut. Like if something feels wrong and you're going towards it, just be like, I don't have to make that decision right now. And there's always, we were talking about, instant gratification in this day and hour too. And right now you are forced to believe that you got to do it right now. Like get on this trend right now, do this TikTok dance, which was most of your TikTok
Yeah, that
dances?
SpongeBob dance. Oh my goodness. Did you see that?
What?
Oh, you didn't see that?
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't do it, but I saw it.
He doesn't have TikTok. He
Well,
doesn't have
as a
internet.
musical theater kid, that was like all that was on my For You page was
Yeah.
other musical theater kids doing.
Doing the SpongeBob dance.
I'm gonna have.
The SpongeBob
I
dance.
feel like I need to look that up. But follow something that's gonna be long term for you. So like, yes, you might get the instant gratification of likes on your post or sharing or trending or whatever. But if it doesn't feel right, then like you're not gonna get to your passion anyways.
Yeah.
And not everyone's gonna like you, and that is one of the hardest things that I had to kind of grasp, is that you're going to do something and you're going to be great and you're going to love it, and then an old woman's going to ask you if you're going to let people sell guns. So I think, like I just said, it's following your gut. Like you're not always going to make the right choice, but at least if you went into a choice thinking you were going to get the outcome you wanted, then at the very least you're going to learn from it. So I definitely have made mistakes. I definitely have like had some missteps along the way, and like I said, I almost threw in the whole towel with the entire business because I was feeling
Because of those cancellations?
I was just feeling just a lot of the weight of being able to support these artists and then deal with the paperwork aspect of the business. And it is a lot. It's just me who does it. I actually just, like I said, I have somebody working the shop one day a week, and I actually just outsourced somebody to do my website for me. So I am slowly letting go of control, but it's not even about that. It's like I can't pay for this. You know what I mean? So I think don't live beyond your means. Don't start a project beyond your means, but also like follow your gut and just know that you don't have to do it all at once.
I like that.
I mean, I started with 12 to 15 vendors a week on Thursday afternoons, and now, our market weekly is 25 to 30 vendors. We have 300 vendors on our roster, and we have 50 vendors in the shop. So it's not going to get built right away. But just, like, be authentic to what you're doing and, like, treat people nicely, and that's all you can do.
Well said.
Thanks.
I love that. So do you have margarita nights amongst the collective?
Yes.
Back on the margarita.
Yeah.
I just really want a margarita.
I mean,
don't-
this is only. By the way, this is all Casey. Like, I
Yes.
don't drink like at all.
They make
Margarita night is all you.
I mean, I love
Casey's
margarita.
ready
Now-
for a good time.
Now I'm like, I'm gonna be like, the podcast ran late, sorry, and then I might
we
have
got
to get a margarita.
like 6 margaritas. It
Yeah.
was-
Okay, coffee. Coffee mornings.
You
Donuts.
can have your margaritas. I'll have my.
I'll
my
have
Well, because
Margarita
as soon as I
and-
heard Creative Collective, I'm part of the Creative Collective
in Salem,
So I was
yeah.
like, wait,
Wait,
were
what's
you
his
part
name?
that runs it?
Yeah.
Oh, I forget his name.
No, I know him.
I can only think of the Nagley people because those are the people I've worked closely.
Well, because
with.
I lived in Salem for so long.
Yeah, so were you part of the creative collective in
No,
Salem?
I was a bartender.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But
Bartenders are invited.
But their farmers market is on Thursdays, so that's where I got the idea.
The Thursday.
Yeah.
That's what I was curious.
Yeah, absolutely. But the collective part of it is that we're growing together and that we're all supporting each other. So it's even like social media, which I know he doesn't have it, so he won't understand this part. But social media, like now there's 50 people that when there's a post, it's shared by the majority of them. So it's just more eyes. And as we know right now, that's how you get.
Is it written into their contract that they have to share?
No, gosh, no. I don't force anybody to do anything that's beyond paying their rent. Even if we run like a sale, like we did, Small Business Saturday, and I reached out to everybody and I said,
who wants to offer a discount?
Do you want to offer a discount? I will never tell you have to discount your art. But if you want to jump on that opportunity to like move a few more items, do it. Even if it's like, oh, this stuff's not moving, so I'm gonna give all my followers 50% off. Again, marketing, which is just a way to get people to do what you want them to do.
So true.
Everything is marketing.
Yeah. And that's why I'm deleting everything.
And living in the woods.
Yeah.
And living in the woods.
To buy your bananas from
Yeah,
Tendercroft.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Brand loyalty.
Casey's like, what the hell is going on? Meanwhile, we are building
didn't think
a
too
whole
hard to, like,
fake
stay-
world.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yeah. I'm living in the
you two
woods.
this
There's
entire
50
time you've been, like, so,
and there's
like-
and some people will
I need to
and
get
you're
on
like,
that
what the
wavelength.
hell?
Well, we have.
There's like a vortex just right here. And Casey's
Yes.
like, I'm watching the
telepathy.
house spill.
I've been listening to the telepathy tapes.
What's that?
Oh, we need to bring someone in.
Is it on
we need to bring
TikTok?
a specialist. No.
Insta.
Oh
Just
my
on,
God.
like, it's a podcast.
Oh, we actually did a ghost hunter thing at the Hart House one time when the Real Housewives of New York came in.
Ooh.
Oh.
What
Yeah.
is that? I missed out.
I know. I have a picture of
I
me
feel
and
like they
Ramona
would
if
love
you want to see it.
The Real Housewives of
So you
any
have her
county.
contact. You could bring her to the Homegrown Market
Ramona, yes, yep.
to do an event.
Totally, yeah. No, the thing I liked the best about her is like she was exactly how she seems on screen.
She
Like,
has to be. It's written in her contract.
She's scattered. You know who was awful?
Who?
Sonia Morgan.
Oh, no.
She was a bitch.
Maybe she's hungry.
No,
No.
no,
At the Hart House?
no. Luann, the most beautiful human I've seen in real life.
Yes.
Yes, she's beautiful. But yeah, I was like, we got the call from Bravo or something that they wanted to go there when they went to Salem.
Yes.
Remember when they went to Salem?
I don't know. When was that?
It was like during the pandemic because they like
wasn't
had
here
to do
yet.
their girls trip, but they couldn't like go anywhere, so they took a bus to Salem.
You were bartending.
I was waitressing at that point.
Waitressing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, my
yeah, I
goodness.
hurt my back bartending, and then I was like, I'm old. And I just left my most recent bartending job. It's fun.
Wait, just recently now?
Yeah.
Ah, congratulations.
Thank you. I know, it was sad.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Well, of course, the
It's like a whole
memories and-
family that you build within that, like,
Right.
in a
Bubble.
bar, in the bar bubble. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was only like 6 people that worked there.
Yeah.
Yeah, really tiny.
That's really close.
Wait,
I'm
where
sure
was
everybody
this?
was
in
really
Newburyport
Oh.
at the Thirsty Whale.
The Thirsty Whale.
Well,
It's been there for
Where's
like
the-
60 years.
I feel like I've been to
comparison
the
to down-
Thirsty Whale. It's further. It's not like right downtown.
It is directly downtown. It's like the most central bar downtown.
Thirsty Whale. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about a towny bar that's like further down.
Do you know
the
where
road.
Starbucks is?
Yes.
It's right next to Starbucks.
Oh, okay,
nice.
yeah.
Share a wall.
Yeah, I never went in there.
Yeah.
The Thirsty Whale.
You should. It's been there for like 60
So you're
years.
not there anymore.
Yeah, I know, but it's still amazing. Everybody who works there is great. I've known the owner since I was like 21. No,
Wait, so why'd you quit?
because I was just so burnt out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
how
sure-
were you
running
doing
a
that
business.
and handling all these. Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
collective.
And
well,
trolls
so-
on
so
Facebook make
this
it
is
really
why I
hard.
can't-
And had time to respond
this
to
is
you.
why I can't Canva every single thing I do.
Yeah.
You know,
My email is about to be flooded with Canva requests.
I'm so excited. You said you do
I'm
it.
here for it. I'd do it. I would.
Do it. You should.
I will.
Just
Yeah.
be like $5.
No, I'm not gonna charge.
You have.
This is my mission. This is my mission against AI. I
Is to
would
make-
lovingly do Canva.
You
If
would-
someone,
You would lovingly
I-
provide free art.
yeah,
I feel like that's against your whole thing.
no, other people are very deserving to make money on art. Me, no.
Oh, well, I can't wait to see your first ad campaign for Homegrown. It's gonna be epic.
It's just like a bunch of bananas back.
Yeah.
It's just like a
And I'm
pile of
on your own,
bananas, right? And then it's like, market moved to Saturdays, no bananas featured.
Yeah.
And you're like, please
Yep.
remove the banana part, and I'm like,
No,
I'm not gonna
keep
do that.
those.
Yeah.
But like me being crushed.
By the banana,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
And it's actually completely plagiarized because it's just the original apple, and it's just moved, and then you can't post it at all. And then there's this whole back and forth.
So instead of just
between us.
creating like AI generated art,
I just
straight up
totally
stole from someone
plagiarized.
else.
Right.
Wow.
Well, that's in the spirit of AI, is it not?
I mean,
I'm only kidding. We don't have to go there.
we can.
I just think AI is like. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Also,
it's all stolen art.
I wanted to bring something to the internet that people had never seen. A three-legged cow. So
You're right.
You ever seen
And that's
one?
my
yeah.
limited.
Also, you went on some Where's
perspective.
Waldo expedition to be like, I'm gonna find the flaw here, and you did.
I did. Yeah.
So you know what? You're welcome. Again,
You're right. What else was I gonna do with a Tuesday afternoon?
I don't know. You could have been scrolling TikTok, but instead I made you use your brain.
Right. You're right.
So again, challenging
My
people.
phone addiction was just reinforced in the Where's Waldo of it all.
Yeah.
You're right.
I know.
Homegrown market, fixing phone addiction and offering home goods.
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah, and gifts.
And
Do you need a
gifts.
card? Candles or coasters?
Do you need a card or do you need a healthy substitution to your phone addiction? We have it all, except bananas.
Also, this is not reinforced by a doctor's recommendation about
Right.
addiction, so I don't really want anyone to come for me.
I appreciate you being so open to like talking about stuff though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you noticed this about me, but I will chat about anything.
No, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
So will I. So
But then
will
you're
Casey.
so like serious and thoughtful about the collective.
But I mean, like, I just being serious and thoughtful about something doesn't mean that you can't, like, also,
Be fun.
yeah, and, like, yeah.
A lot of people aren't. They're just
I know.
I know.
all business and money
know,
and
I know.
because I don't know. I dipped my toe for the first time into like organizing a vendor fair, and I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Oh, it's a lot.
Because it was so political.
Yes.
And then all the vendors had their own concept of what they wanted it to look like. And I was
Yeah.
like, I was just
Y'all
supposed to
should
be
go
the musical
organize-
guest.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to organize. So I
No.
applaud you for like navigating that because the social skills it takes and then how to curate the space like from the vision you have in your head when all these other constraints are going on.
Yeah.
It was a lot. So I
Yeah.
commend you for what you've done.
I mean, I feel like just like whenever people have, I would always send out like surveys at the end of the season, being like, what could be better? What could be? No, what did you like? What didn't you like? You know, what kind of additional things can we add to it? And some of them are hard to read. It is hard to read because it's just me. I can't be like, oh well, that was Betty's idea.
Yeah.
Betty? Is that who it is?
Yeah, we blamed it
Yeah,
on
I think it
every
was
other person
Susan.
we could.
Susan, Betty, Betsy.
Betsy.
Betsy. It was
See,
Betsy.
I'm so rude. I didn't even know her name was Betsy. I've been calling her Betty this whole time. But it's hard to read sometimes because I put my heart into it, and like this is my expression. And there's times where you want to like stamp your feet and be like, "Well, I'm the boss, so sorry," but that's not how you get anything done. And it's good to hear other people's words, but then it's also good for me to give people a choice because you can sit here and you can keep complaining. And that's negative for everybody because negative is contagious. Or you can choose to take yourself out of the equation. So if you don't like the way we're running things, I respectfully appreciate the fact that it's not your vibe. So part ways amicably. I'm not for everybody. I know that. And nothing is. But like I try to set parameters that are fair and that are reinforced because I feel like the easiest way to let someone down is to not know what's expected of them. So if you go in and you say, hey, like this is how we vibe, this is how we all work together, this is the point of the collective, then that's it. It's all in black and white, you know? And there's no fighting it. And then if somebody has a problem, it's like, okay, well,
So do you talk to all the artists in the collective?
yes. I know every single.
Interview.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. So many of the people you've talked about already, like their life history. It
yeah.
feels like, which I love, which makes it feel more communal.
Well, when people come in, like when they, you filled out my form, like what?
But you didn't
25
come in
times?
person.
No, but I mean, like, I know everybody in there, and I know their story. I know why they started. I know where they came from. I know, like, what kind of ideas, where they got their inspiration for things. Because, like I said, when I was learning about brand representation when I worked in the liquor industry, is that the story is what sells it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People want to connect, especially, like, to your point, we're on the internet all the time. People want actual connection.
Right.
And when I can say, like, oh, that hat was crocheted by the girl who's actually the personal or sports trainer at the high school.
Yeah.
And then she also goes and answers phones at the Hard House too. And she's got 2 dogs and she likes to sit there and crochet. Do you know what I mean? Like, I will sit there and have a chat with you. Because that's the only reason, well, 1, because I like to talk. And then 2, because that's the only reason people are going to keep coming back to the store. They could get something less expensive on Amazon or at Marshall's or TJ Maxx. And that's fine. Like I said, I shop at those places too. It's not all or nothing in my eyes. But if you could take a percentage of those sales that you make for the bigger conglomerate and give it to a real person that you know, oh, they live in this town, they grew up here, they learned this from their aunt, they really became passionate, then it's meaningful to both parties, you know?
I agree. And I'm more apt to like grab that article or that item from the store once I've understood the story.
I know. Well, that's why whenever people walk in and I say like, oh, let me know if you have any questions, part of me is like, ask me questions.
Yeah, please.
Tell me.
Well, that's the worst. Like going into.
I'll tell you everything.
What I love about what you're doing is there are so many artist shops in town that it's like one singular artist.
Okay.
And I've walked through a lot of those and they're amazing and they're great and I'm just chatty, so I'll talk to the artist. But I've seen other people like while I'm there, they'll just like walk through the space and walk immediately out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are they losing from that experience that they could have had? And it is talking to someone.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you talk to me, you're going to buy something. And I don't know if that's, again, me just like bullying people into doing something.
It probably is.
They're like, oh,
I used to work at a Lush and people said the same thing.
she's been talking so much. If I don't buy something, this is going to be a problem. No, but if you just walk in and you're like, okay, this is just stuff. But then if you're like, oh, this is somebody's craft. This is something that they worked towards, or this is something that they tried and didn't realize that it was going to be anything. And you, like, to know the process, to know the person, to know the story behind it, that's what's really selling the art. So, yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Can't wait to
nice.
go into your shop,
Yeah.
especially at the end of May with the food.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be food. There's going to be food. Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be good. And, yeah, just follow us on Homegrown Creative Collective. Perfect.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. That was fun, guys.
Fun. Thanks for gabbing with us.
Yeah, how fun editing that.
We could do an outro,
Well,
like, you know, when,
An outro.
you know, when when the guest leaves and you're like,
Yeah.
and you take your bra off.
I'm not
For
wearing
you,
a bra.
you take your bra off, your chest piece,
Yes.
padding.
I know. I thought about coming in full drag tonight, but I was like, this is too much work. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fair. I love that you guys do all of the admin work. I will say that is very fun for me.
My job is just being like, Coda, you're coming, right?
It's true, and I have the best time. I
And
look
you
at all of your
texted me
little
today
notes.
to confirm. So
I did. I'm getting better.
Gold
I'm getting
star.
Better. Well, I just like figured out my place in this, which is that
Yes.
like I love a gab, and I love the talking points that you guys have. Unfortunately, I also have ADHD,
Yeah.
so I'm like,
That's why.
"Oh."
Yeah, that's why Dana
Yeah,
was
I think
perfect
that's why
guest.
the vortex happened.
It explains.
right
I'm glad
here.
she said it because I was like, "What?" I had to like think so hard to keep up with what was
I
going
know
on.
both
I was
of us
like,
we were like
I was
6
like,
steps
"What
ahead.
are they even talking about now?" Wait, so was Dana everything you had expected?
Honestly, what I found really refreshing was being able to. I've like felt comfortable bringing up the AI bit.
I'm
Because
glad
I
you
knew,
did.
But because I knew, like, like there's so much happening in the world right now. Obviously, we have not talked about this, but
AI,
I feel
your hatred of AI.
no, just like the political atmosphere right now. Like,
Yes.
there's a lot happening right now. There are a lot of people that are like on edge, rightfully so. I feel really strongly about a certain position. And I wanted to talk about it because it's timely. That's
Yeah.
happening right now.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put it on our co-host, so I was
Yeah.
like, or like our on our
Homegrown market.
guest. And how do you feel about the immigration crisis? And she's like, I sell coasters.
I actually made these signs and brought them that I want you to sell
right.
at the Homegrown market.
Right, and
For the protesters that
also-
are downtown Ipswich every Saturday.
Right, and honestly, that'd be such a mood. I
Yes.
would love that. But you know, we also didn't talk about it with her beforehand, so I was
Yeah.
like, bringing up the AI bit was still important. Being able to like bring that up. And she
And I
was
loved
such a
her
good sport about
response.
it. She's
Yeah.
right. It like does take balance.
She took
and
it so well. I was like, oh, this is going to turn
it
awkward
isn't, like-
real quick.
No, she was awesome, and like she has a point in like the accessibility of art, and sometimes
I love
if
how
you're a
real she
business
was. She was
owner-
like,
she's
Coda,
real, yeah.
my kids were hungry.
I was like, nobody cares about your kids. My moral compass says that you need to do this
Yes.
because this is all my world. And I was like, that is such a fair response, and it's like that's the real.
And it was
the reality
refreshing
of
because
it, yeah.
everyone always is like, shop local. But I like how she was like, even I buy Amazon sometimes because like,
Yeah. Because, like, right, your local artisan is not going to be making
Making the
like, glass
paper.
straws, you know? Like,
they are making the paper. So
yeah, then apparently they are making the paper. Yeah, no, so,
know.
and also she's funny. Like, we were
Yeah.
riffing bits, and
No,
I was like,
this
I
was an
love it.
interview for you to join the collective, and I think you got it.
you think I'm in?
I think you're
I don't
in.
know. I'm on the wait
I
list.
think you're in the
still, I
collective. Well, at
think.
least I think you're going to be moved up after this.
Maybe, yeah. Like another 4 years and I'm in.
Yeah, 50-person waiting list. Oh my
I know, that's
goodness.
awesome. I mean, what a good problem to have, though, is like so many people want to be making art.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I love that. Amazing. Ooh, and yeah, so Crane Estate, I'm finally in, and I'm doing 2 concerts at the Crane Estate
Wow.
that are like official, like trustees affiliate in May and June. So they
Wow,
reached
that
out
is,
to me
like,
to want to
peak
film
concert
something at the Crane Estate.
I'm like, I don't know anything that happens in the Sleepy Town.
No,
and
trust
you're
me.
like,
The more we do
everything
this
is happening.
podcast,
Yeah.
like people are just gonna like be like, Coda, come to my event, or
I know, and I'm like, I'm in the woods.
I'm in the woods.
I'll see you at the next podcast filming, but I'm in the woods until then.